Drama is brewing in Big Brother's house. And this one is going to be huge. Chaos is coming. You know what they said on Game of Thrones? Winter is coming. This one is chaos is coming. And if I tell you what is causing this chaos and what will eventually cause this major drama, it's gonna crack you up because it's very ridiculous. Oh God, it's very ridiculous. As a matter of fact, it's beginning to look like very soon we're gonna be having the boy is mine type of situation in this house. And you see all that thing, all that nonsense that Tolani Badge displayed during the All-Star season. We'll probably be having times 10 of that this season. And quite sadly, it's going to be happening between a pair, a friendship pair, a female friendship pair. Guys, this thing I'm telling you, it's hilarious to me, but when it happens. So yeah, let's just get into this video. There's a lot I want to tell you. I'm going to give you a rundown of the events of last night on this video, right? So please make sure you watch to the end. Do not skip out on any part. There's a lot you do not want to miss out on, all right? But before we do so, I want to express my sincere gratitude to all of you amazing viewers and subscribers. To those of you that are new subscribers, to the returning subscribers, returning viewers, thank you all so much. I appreciate all of your engagement with my videos, all right? And now for those of you that are not yet a part of this community by way of subscription, please go ahead and subscribe and make sure to turn on your post notification bell to always receive alerts of my videos whenever I upload a new one. Now quickly, let's just dive right into this video. First off, last night I had put out a video where I detailed the events of the whole day, yes, but on that video I had omitted the current situationship status of Wani and Sean, yes, and that is because I have my reservations about this new blooming ship, yes, and I would want to do a separate video to talk about it. Yes, there are certain things I've observed, new information that was spilled by Wani in a conversation with TJ yesterday, and it's going to kind of buttress my point on this video, right? So I'm still going to skip that conversation on this video, but for now we're going to begin with the first diary session of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of you would have been wondering, like, Glory did not put out a first diary session video of these housemates. Darlings, that was because Big Brother decided to start the diary sessions really late. I think about 8 p.m. ish, thereabout. Yes, so he had started the diary sessions with the Ndi Nne pair. And guys, it was kind of chaotic. It was chaotic. Because it looked like these people had a lot of pent-up emotions on their chest that they really needed to purgate, especially Chinne. And guys, it was a lot. Now, to summarize their diary session, they had complained about their choice of giving the MBADIWE twins the title of head of house. Chinne especially had deeply expressed her disappointment, you know, at what she termed as a betrayal from the twin brothers. Still referencing the HOH balloting system that actually happened, Chinne is still very upset, or was still very upset, that nobody even voted for them. And guys, I will throw again the question I raised on the video that I did about that whole situation, that what is it that these two relatives don't understand about the show? Because it's quite disappointing that Chinne especially, according to her, has been auditioning for Big Brother Naija for the past 8 years. She's been auditioning for the past 8 years. Now, what does that tell you? It tells you that this person is actually a religious lover or viewer of the show. It tells you that this person probably knows the entire system of the show, like the structure of the show, how it works. It comes from you being passionate about the show, so you already know how it works. You know the perks that comes with different titles or positions that are earned in the house. I was wondering that how greedy can someone be? You've won title of custodian. You got immunity. The first pair this season to gain immunity. And you even gained the power of influence to alter the course of the game or to influence the course of the game. And then head of house title. I mean, before Big Brother gave all those shocking non-perks of the title, everybody knows that the title of head of house also comes with immunity. So how greedy can one person be? I mean, guys, pray tell, if they had won head of house, what would they have done with the immunity again? That's the question. What would they have done with the immunity again? And it's not like in Big Brother's house, you can actually dash somebody the immunity or sell the immunity. I mean, at least for now, that does not exist. So the way this woman was just getting really upset, and then during their diary session, she just went on and on and on. She feels betrayed that at least if they had gotten one vote. I'm like, these two people are very slow. Especially, what's her name? Nne. That is a first class holder in business administration. How slow can you be? That you're also upset. They say, even if it's just one vote. I'm like, one vote for what? The whole house was aware that they already have immunity. So what was the point of voting for them for head of house again? Guys, yeah, frankly speaking, that diary session, it was the part where they were just ranting about the whole head of house situation was quite annoying to watch. Very, very annoying. But then aside that, they also complained about the Tammy pair, DAMILOLA and Toyosi. I mentioned that on my video yesterday where they were complaining that the pair was just plain rude, you know, especially DAMILOLA, that she's very, very rude, very authoritative. Because at the moment, DAMILOLA is the regular cook of the house. Although they had a house meeting and had delegated responsibilities and tasks to different housemates, but most of the time, DAMILOLA is in the kitchen and she can be quite authoritative, yeah. So in that regard, I saw where she was coming from. And I mentioned that on my video yesterday as well, that there might be a clash between these people very soon. Because Chinne was not the only person that was complaining about DAMILOLA. Even Onyeka of the Checkers pair also had a lot to complain about to her sister Chizoba yesterday. I gave all of that analysis on my previous video, guys. If you missed out on it, please go ahead and check it out. Now, the next pair that had their diary session was the beta pair. And it was equally chaotic. That was because TJ was talking too much. That man does not have a pause button. It does not know when to stop. And you remember what I mentioned on my first video, yeah? My video, I did that video, I think on Monday. I had mentioned that within these pairs, there seems to be a struggle for dominance. I mean, within the pair, you would find one that is the alpha or possibly trying, you know, to be the dominant one, whilst the other is struggling to shift from the title or the position of the submissive one. Yes, and that was exactly what I saw again, you know, in the beta pair. Ben is very, very playful, very, very jovial, very outspoken, very blunt. TJ himself is also very, I mean, they're pretty much similar, yeah, but half the time, you find out that when people that throws a question, if people that does not specify someone to respond to that question, TJ will just take it upon himself like, oh yes, I'm the leader of this team. And he will just be talking and talking and talking and talking. And he tends to drag a lot. And sometimes Ben has to, you know, signal him or cut him short to chip in something. And when Ben is talking, this guy has not even spoken for at least 1 minute or even 2 minutes. TJ will be like, are you done? Are you done? And then you'll take it up again. At some point, it now felt like both of them were competing to talk. Yeah, they were now talking so much, even ventured into indirectly campaigning for votes, despite the fact that they had actually won immunity. They were campaigning for votes indirectly, you know, more like trying to urge the viewers to keep them in the house because they are special, they have a lot to give, blah, blah, blah. And it was so annoying to people that Big Brother literally had to warn them, enough. Michky had to warn them. And then TJ continued talking again, and he was trying to do the same thing again. I'm like, bro, what the hell is your problem? And guys, you know what really pissed me off about this people's diary session? It's the fact that how they even met, you know, as friends, how they even started their friendship, is because of the Big Brother show. You all know, I shared the details of how they met. It's all because of the Big Brother show, you know. Trolls and commentators of the show on social media, you know, they met via a comment that was shared. And I just felt like, okay, if people already know the rules, you cannot come into the diary room and try to outsmart or outplay Big Brother by indirectly campaigning for vote. It's unacceptable, and Big Brother will shut you up instantly. And that happened twice. Now, another thing that was quite glaring between the pair was the fact that it seems like there's no trust there. It seems like even though they claim to be friends, they complement each other, it seems like TJ does not 100% trust Ben. Because there were questions that Big Brother was asking, in a way, you know, exposing the fact that TJ had been having conversations with certain members of other pairs, which he had not been sharing with Ben. And Ben was sort of, you know, turned off by it in a joking way, by the way. You know, he was sort of turned off by it. He was quite surprised. It was like, to be honest, he never knew that Ben had been having all of these conversations. That how is it that he doesn't even know about all of these things that Ben was saying? And Ben was like, I felt like it's not in my place to tell you what these people are confiding, because they actually call him the in-house therapist, you know, doctor of all trades. So the guy was like, I felt like it's not in my place to tell you, blah, blah, blah. And I loved the fact that people that had to ask him, TJ, where does your loyalty lie? Because that's a very imperative question. Where does your loyalty lie? I get it. These housemates are trying to reserve some of their personal strategies to themselves, you know, to be able to hold their own in the house, to survive for as long as they can in the house. But guys, I just loved the way people that called them out gently, of course. And I'm hoping to see more of that during more diary sessions. The MBADIWE twins also had their diary session. It was quite interesting, yeah, quite interesting. Nothing controversial happened, save for the fact that OC kept on referring to production and to them, that's the organizers, and people that had to caution him twice. But there was also something I noticed, yeah. As much as the twins are quite expressive and vocal, I noticed that OC was quite unfiltered, yeah. He was very blunt, and for every time he referred to production or the organizers, his brother Ozzy would quickly caution him. And guys, see, yeah, it just made me wonder if these people are going to be getting into a lot of problems with Big Brother because of OC's unfiltered nature, or should I say his unbridled tongue, especially about production and the organizers. Fingers crossed, we'll see how that pans out. Now, back to the Ndi Nne pair. I'd mentioned before that Chinne had a lot to complain about the MBADIWE brothers, the MBADIWE twins, during their diary session. Guys, it did not end there. After the diary session, she had gone to the garden and was venting her frustrations and her regrets to the Double K pair and the Tammy pair. And they were trying to advise her that, listen, it might not be as it seems, you know, they were just trying to advise her, encourage her not to be deterred and not to feel bad. For her, she was going to be vengeful. She was going to get her own pound of flesh. So they were telling her to just hold on and wait and see how things pans out, you know. And they were also trying to explain to her that, listen, you people already had immunity. So the rest of the house felt like there was no need to vote you to be head of house again, because you guys are going to have immunity again. I mean, at the time, that was what they all thought. But Chinne was still adamant. She still strongly believed that the twins deliberately betrayed herself and her niece. And then something quite interesting happened afterwards. Now, during the MBADIWE twins diary session, Big Brother had given them the other part of their reward for, you know, winning head of house title. He had given them access to the HOH condo or HOH lounge, whichever one. And they had also been given the liberty to choose a pair as their guest. And that pair will have the privilege to also spend the night in the condo. Yes, only the pair and the head of house pair. So just to balance the equation and, you know, most especially to return the favor, by the time they went back into the house, they had chosen the Ndi Nne pair. And guys, I was watching those relatives, you know, just looking at them, watching their countenance, and you could tell that there was this look of guilt on Chinne, especially Chinne. You know, she looked like, oh my God, maybe I spoke too soon. To make up for the accusations of betrayal, the MBADIWE twins even went as far as inviting them for a first viewing of the HOH lounge, right? And they all went together. And guys, you need to see how Chinne was exclaiming, ooh, ah, oh my God, it's fine, oh my God. I mean, she was the most excited. And then there was food, there was small chops, there was just refreshments waiting for them in the living room of the lounge. The lounge is quite beautiful, by the way. It's very simple and beautiful. And the MBADIWE twins invited them to share from that food, that at least they all deserved it. And then they started explaining themselves, things that Chinne should know already. That listen, you people already had immunity, so we felt like there was no point. And then I say, okay. I'm like, what is okay? Didn't you know before? Didn't you know? Did you need a soothsayer to tell you that that was the reason nobody felt the need to vote you guys in for head of house? You know? And then they now started a conversation of, does that mean that we are now cool? Like we are now in the business? Like, are we allies now? That was more like what Chinne was asking. I'm like, oh, so this is your bone of contention, eh? This is what you've been looking for. You've been looking for alliance with the MBADIWE twins. I mean, guys, yeah, it was so annoying. It was just so annoying. Finally, about that the boy is my situation I mentioned at the start of this video, guys. This is between DAMILOLA and Toyosi, the Tammy pairs. Now, on my previous video, I'd actually given you all the gist about the guys that these two ladies fancy at the same time. Now, I thought they had squashed that conversation earlier in the day in the kitchen. I thought they had dealt with it. But late last night, ladies and gentlemen, Toyosi said something that sort of triggered DAMILOLA, and DAMILOLA would not let the conversation go. Toyosi had gone to DAMILOLA to ask her, oh, do you trust me? And then she wanted to walk away. But DAMILOLA, being very sensitive, I said, no, you can't just ask me such a question and walk away. What is this about? What is this about? And then she started, you know, mentioning so many possible scenarios that could have made her partner to say something like that. And guys, in the course of this, their, you know, back and forth, it wasn't like they were actually arguing or insulting each other. No, but in the course of their conversation, DAMILOLA mentioned something. Apparently, these two people actually had a situation that was not completely resolved on the outside before they came into Big Brother's house together. And from the look of things, it just might be that that situation is also about a guy that they both fancy. Because the way DAMILOLA put it, she was saying that, the thing that happened outside, remember, we have not even finally resolved it yet. And then now we are both fancying this particular guy. That's why I asked you, do you like the guy? And guys, this person they are talking about is actually Mayor. Yeah, Mayor. It's not even Tofa anymore. It's now Mayor. And guys, it got me confused with even DAMILOLA herself. Because from the get-go, DAMILOLA has had eyes on Tofa. And then all of a sudden, it's Mayor, which does not really make sense. And now it's making me put two and two together, something Onyeka had actually said to her sister, Chizoba, yesterday. She actually told her sister that, that she had mentioned to different female housemates, like Handy of the Wani X Handy pair, that, oh, Mayor is a rich guy, the guy has money, blah, 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 blah. That one said, well, she wasn't interested. She has her own money. She had mentioned the same thing to DAMILOLA. DAMILOLA acted like she wasn't really interested. But then all of a sudden, out of the blues, she started seeing DAMILOLA getting clingy and chasing after Mayor. And guys, this Mayor we are talking about, Mayor is acting like he is now married to Ruthie of the Flourish pair. Ruthie is the person that has a 15-year-old daughter. The way they are carrying on in this house, in fact, on the video I did yesterday, I had mentioned that Mayor had actually given Ruthie a deep tissue thigh massage. So they've been going around the house like they are a sheep already. So it's now funny to me how DAMILOLA all of a sudden is now in pursuit of Mayor, and not even the Tofa that she started with. The same Tofa that she was, trying to clear territory with Onyeka over. So ladies and gentlemen, it's a lot. It's a lot. Drama is coming. Chaos is coming. And I cannot wait to see how these housemates handle it in the first week. All right. I have a strong feeling that the pool party is going to be hectic. Not to talk of the Saturday night party. So let's wait and see. But in the meantime, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. So please go ahead and share, as I'll see you all on another video. Have an amazing day. Bye.